How did you get involved with GrandPower Advocates?
I got involved with Grandparent Advocates because of another grandparent advocate. She felt that I would be a good candidate to go out and advocate for others, and she asked me to come to the meeting.
And what has been your experience in being a leader in the group?
My experience has been meeting legislators, the mayor, going out, speaking on behalf of the Kinship families and advocating for them.
And what does that feel like?
It feels good, actually, because before I got involved, I wasn't sure of any services for kinship families. And now that I know a lot more about kinship families, it feels good to go out and speak on their behalf and get services, funding for them, because there is a big need for it.
And what are the issues you're working on?
Some of the issues we're working on are housing. Housing is a big deal because a lot of families take on the responsibility of grandchildren and they don't have adequate housing. And also low-income families cannot afford to move into larger properties because of their income.
And are you advocating for more affordable housing, or what are some of the solutions you're seeking?
We're advocating for more affordable housing, and also we did go out and get involved with municipal housing of Yonkers, and we received presidents on their list that now grandparents can receive housing through them, and they take first choice.
That's a huge win. Congratulations on that. What has been most rewarding for you in being an advocate?
What's rewarding for me is having my voice being heard and going out seeking grants for people that can't speak for themselves and receiving the services that's needed.
And how have you found your voice in this work?
I found my voice. Hold on, cut a minute, because I found my voice to be, I guess, rewarding, I want to say. I don't know if that's the right word, but I have been heard. I actually went out and spoke about the grant for the housing in Yonkers for municipal housing, and we did receive we were put on the list to receive money, which is a big win for us.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to even get your voice heard to be a candidate for the list. So that's a big win for us. And we're hoping that we receive those monies, because there's a lot of grandparents that need to be relocated to bigger housing to accommodate their children. So we're hoping that we get like a big win out of that.
Yeah.
So.
Me too. And so a couple of other questions are a little different, but but when you smile, I've got to say, it just lights it up.
Okay.
Do your grandchildren know that you're doing this work? Are they aware? You said they were a little older.
They are aware, because I've been on News 12 with the municipal housing program, and their pictures were flashed on the news, so they're well aware of the things I do, and they're kind of happy because of their situation, and they realize that without these programs and my income, they could not do some of the things that they do now. So we are one of the families. What really helped me to be an advocate is being a part of the program. So we are one of the families that were in a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 children, okay? And we could not afford, because I was not expecting to raise 6 more children, we could not afford to move into a larger apartment. So with 6 children, you need at least 4 bedrooms or more. and they're not small anymore. You're talking about 6 children that are teenagers. So that's one reason why I go out and advocate, because I know personally how it is to want to keep your family together and not be able to afford to move into adequate housing. So that's one of the reasons I go out and advocate.
And what are your hopes for the future?
My hope for the future is that other kinship families will not have to struggle to fight for their needs, and that the kinship families will also be placed on the special needs program and take precedence as well as other people.
And one last question. I wanted to just ask a little bit about the work in Albany.
Mm-hmm.
And here's just like, tell us about going to Albany. Just, you want to just describe the trips to Albany and that work?
To be honest, I've never went to Albany with them, but I've heard stories about what they do in Albany. They go out and they speak on behalf of the kinship families. I hope in the future I will be a part of that, but I haven't been a part of that recently.
Okay. And that's it?
That's it?
Yeah. Those
Wow.
are all the questions.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to share?
You know, I'm just grateful that, like, I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be a grandparent raising grandchildren, but that to me is rewarding also, to be able to keep your family together and to go out and advocate for other people and help them keep their families together. So that's what's rewarding for me. There's so many children in the foster care system that, and they don't know their families. That's very sad to me, and I wanted to, I'm this person, whether we live in a matchbox or a big house, it doesn't matter to me. But you do want the kids to feel, because they're already displaced, you want them to feel homely, you know, you want them to feel in a homely environment regardless of their situations, because they struggle as well. So that's my story. You know, and some people said to me, they said, "You taking on 6 kids?" I said, I couldn't care if it was 10 of them. You know, it's your family, so you want to keep your family together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.